Has the mountain pine beetle been able to survive the recent cold snap? Let's go outdoors and find out. Well, I certainly don't have to remind those of you that live here in Alberta about the recent cold snap, temperatures ranging from minus 30 to minus 50 in some parts of the province. But was that enough to really put a dent into the population of mountain pine beetles that have infected Alberta forests? Well, it turns out that some entomologists with the province really don't want to go out on a limb and say just yet that, yeah, that was definitely the killing blow to halt the spread of the mountain pine beetle.
Yeah, most definitely, and that's because there are a lot of factors that mitigate the exposure of mountain pine beetle under the bark to those cold temperatures. So tree characteristics like thick bark, help to insulate the beetles. Additionally, like any amount of snow, would definitely insulate the beetles from experiencing that minus 35. So any beetles that might be in the tree closer to the ground would, all survive those temperatures. So it's really hard to say because it's so variable across the province, all those kind of microsite factors that affect the actual temperature the mountain pine beetle experiences.
Setting aside the environmental damage that these insects are doing to Alberta forests, there is also a substantial financial one.
So far, of the approximately 35 million hectares of susceptible pine in the province, about 2.5 million hectares have been colonized by the mountain pine beetle. And if you were to consider the value of all the pine in Alberta, it's estimated at $11 billion.
And just because the weather did get cold, it's no reason for letting up the province's attack on the mountain pine beetle.
Definitely not. That means that now is the time to actually hit it even harder. So we can get the most efficacy with our control when populations are at lower levels than at higher levels. So now is the time. Kick them when they're down.
So it's probably going to be late spring, early summer before we have a definitive idea of just how badly the population of mountain pine beetle was affected by this recent cold snap. Stay tuned. We'll have a lot more on a future episode. Till then, I'm Michael Short. Let's go outdoors.